Alright, we're back again. We've made a few minor mods. As you can see, we have a new L1, which the reason being we have a new L1 is I gave it a little more power and we ended up toasting our original L1. Where is the burn? Feel the burn! Oh, there it is.
No.
Yeah, there's the burn. It burned through several layers of black tape plus through the insulation of the wire.
And what did your best critic say?
And my best critic told me that it was a little dark on the first one, and that because of the way my hands were, you couldn't tell that I wasn't hiding something. So this time I'm going to make sure that you can see that there is nothing attached to these. There's nothing in my hands, nothing up my sleeves.
You have no sleeves.
I know. Except an armpit.
Yeah.
Oh no, we gotta have our fan in place. Okay, our fan is back in place.
That thing gets hot.
Yeah, that baby gets cooked. So,
We joke on this channel.
anyhow, a friend of mine gave me this one. This one was burnt out. Thank you, Angie. And thank you, Dad, for being my best critic. And so we made that minor mod, plus I had to repair the L2 coil. So we're going to go ahead and plug one of them in.
Wait, that's actually a Jewel Thief.
Oh,
Got a
yes.
flyback.
Yes. In the first one I stated that it was a flyback circuit. That's incorrect. It's actually a Jewel Thief circuit, and that needs to be connected here. Which this one goes to here. I'm hitting this with 12 volts. Or actually not 12 volts. I'm going to hit it with 9 volt, 1 amp first. So you can see that rather well.
Yes.
So we're going to hit that one. And yes, we have power.
Cables.
Yes, we have power. So
That's the burnt out one, kids.
kids, adults, and everybody.
Yep.
People. Because we're all people.
Dogs watching
And
this.
as you see, we still have... Can you see that, Tyler?
Yes.
All right, we have power. Now, we have this one over here. Even though this is in a circuit, it's backfeeding through here. That's why that's live. This is from a Sega game, and it is actually 10 volt at 0.85 amp. So
He's gonna plug
total
that in.
between these is 19 volts, approximately 9 something, almost 1 amp. So we're gonna
Look at that baby.
see how that sucker's really going.
Yeah.
I mean, this baby is like fired hot. That's why we burned through the coil.
Yeah.
So, and as you see, we have a lot of juice here. Lights that baby up real good.
And that's the burnt out one.
Yes, here's the other one. And as you can see, there are no wires. And if you notice, this actually drops down as I bring these closer. Because it's drawing the current away from the coil. And this baby is a massive lightning storm.
Force lightning.
We're generating lots of ozone right here in the moment for it only being 19 volts. And once again, we have a nice little arc here. Now, mind you, this is the one that's only connecting to here. But we're getting what I don't remember exactly how Tesla called it, but we're getting some backfeeding from. This is creating the pulse, this is turning it on and off, and it's actually backfeeding into here, which is giving it more juice when it does fire off again. That's why we're getting the... And if you notice up here,
That one went
that
down.
one drops down when I did this. This one,
That's starting to get a spark.
we'll throw a little bit of an arc.
The tall one does a big spark, medium does a medium spark, and the small one does barely any.
So as you see, there are no wires. This is all radiant energy. And what's happening here is this is creating an electrical field, electromagnetic field, which the molecules in the air are getting excited. And it's causing them to jitter out of their normal realm of harmonics. Everything that exists in our realm of reality has a molecular harmonics. Otherwise, it cannot exist in our dimension.
So basically, yes.
So, and what's happening is because they're jittering out of their normal realm of harmonics, the coil is picking up energy that's being created from it, just like lightning. When you have cold air and warm air that come together, it creates the molecular harmonics in the atmosphere to be out of their normal realm of harmonics. So they start creating an energy which is being stored up in the atmosphere like a great big capacitor, which is like what this guy's doing here. And then you have lightning once it gets so full and ground is nearby. It will strike the ground. That's why some lightning runs through the sky and some strikes from the ground up. But lightning never strikes from the sky down. It only strikes from the ground up.
In some future episodes, we're planning on having lightning.
Yes, we have a bigger one going, well, in the works.
Yes.
And hold on a second, I'll go get it.
Look at that baby. This is going to
one
be
here,
the new coil.
It's actually going to have its own capacitor up here made into it, inside the thyroid.
That's a big one.
This has got 1,500 turns of 26 gauge, which this one here, I'm going to be using a flyback circuit to power this one.
And how far
a
are we on?
flyback transformer.
And how?
Which we should be zapping it with about, we'll be zapping the primary with about 40,000 volts. Here we're zapping that with
19 volts.
19 volts at this time.
So that'd be like a total of 59 volts.
Which, once you figure it out correctly, with a 3 to 5 turn primary, should render us right about 1,000,000 volts, which will have lightning in the backyard.
We'll have an update on this coil in the next episode.
Yes, as it gets built.
Yes. So how far are you on this one?
Everything you see here is all hand wound. 2,000 turns, 800 turns, 440 turns.
And how many blisters have you gotten?
Huh?
How many blisters have you gotten?
I'm not getting any now. My hands have gotten tough after the first attempt at this, first failed attempt.
Yeah.
So, remember, never be afraid to try. Orville and Wilbur didn't have a PhD, neither did Nikola Tesla. He got his PhD as an honorary doctorate from, I believe it was Stanford. Don't quote me, but he did receive an honorary doctorate a year before he died.
And what's the process on this one right now?
Well, I have to make the capacitor, which is going to go across here. We have the thyroid, which will go on top, and we'll have our primary coming out like so, which it'll be plastic tubing coming out, and it'll be setting on that. This is actually setting right on the ground. Let's see if we can get an arc out of that.
Oh God. That's a little bitty flash.
Like I said, that's only 19 volts, 1 amp. So that's the latest one, and we're going to be signing off. So thank you very much.
See you in the next episode.